Hey folks, welcome back to MusicalConman plays Slay That Spire. We're gonna circle back to the top for a new words. Ironclad Ascension 20. Common relic, card removes, boss relic swap. It's probably a common relic here, but let's see what we got. Okay. Could get a couple campfires here. So there is a path that has three campfires followed by 2 elites, which is pretty reasonable. Every other path there's elites before campfires, and that's unlikely to be desirable unless we get something pretty good. Let's take a common relic. Smiling Mask, cheaper card removal. Unfortunately, that's not really likely to be super relevant for us. There isn't a... I mean, we could go to this shop instead of a campfire, but there just isn't a... We're doing that, what, to save 25 gold on one thing we might not necessarily be wanting to do? Not super inspiring right now. Might save us a little money later in the run, but for now, not a huge help. We'll kill the left one and take 3 from the right one. And we're off to the races. We could defend, strike, or we could just bash, defend. I'm gonna see how we do playing it safe. We're gonna have 2 slimes in our draw pile, but I'm hoping it'll take a turn off like this. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. And now, as long as we can draw some decent stuff. Defend, defend, strike. Getting rid of those slimes does not matter, we're just trying to make it go away. Alright, we managed to avoid more damage, and Feel No Pain is great, but it's a little early. Perfected Strike can be good, but I'll go for a Wild Strike. Just 12 damage for 1 energy. Pretty strong. I don't know, is Perfected Strike better? We got 5, 6, so it'll be 24 damage. But with a Smiling Mask, we're a little likely to want to remove strikes later on. Let's grab a Wild Strike. Yeah, so now we can remove a strike from our deck without guilt. Simple first turn. Many first turns are against Bird Cultist. Simple second turn. Well, do I want to play a strike? Next turn we have Wild Strike, which is going to deal 18 damage, so we need to deal 15. So if we draw a Wild Strike and 1 other strike next turn, we can kill it if we get it down here. But if we draw Wild Strike, 2 other strikes, we kill it anyway. And if we don't draw 2 other strikes, it means we drew defensive cards and we can block just fine. So let's try and minimize our damage out of here. We do have some extra HP we can heal. Alright, so do our Wild Strike. That will not do it. But at 15 health, even our worst possible hand, we still kill it next turn. So let's block a bunch and we'll heal up to full at the end of this fight. So this is the worst possible hand, and we kill it. We could take a Perfected Strike now. We could take a Thunderclap to just do some AoE vulnerable. I think I'd like to take a Sword Boomerang, just as another strike plus. Instead of 6, it does 9. Perfected Strike might be the best here, though. It helps us the most right now, but we're gonna have 3 campfires before an elite, so we want to think about what we would upgrade. We've got 2 more fights before we get to those campfires. I don't think a Perfected Strike is a necessary upgrade. Let's get in here. Alright, bash and defend. Next turn we hopefully do some big damage. Yep, we got all our biggest damage cards, and that'll finish it. Back up to 74, and... ooh, an Impervious? That's a pretty early rare. Good luck. Yeah, I'll take an Impervious. The others are decent, but this is just a lot of block. And this is a lot of damage, so we could deal 12, 21, 27, or we could deal 26 and have it vulnerable next turn. I could use a block potion, but since we've got an extra potion slot, and since we can do some healing at the end of the fight, I think we might as well save it. Do I want to take 1 to deal 9? Next turn we're not doing much damage, and there's a chance it runs away without us being able to destroy it. Okay. Not this time, though. Get our money, and an uppercut. I'm very into an uppercut. Flame Barrier is good, but uppercut is the thing we need to do at the moment. Damage. Do we ever go this way? No, we don't ever go that way. We could go this way to get 1 extra elite. How strong is our deck? We've got an uppercut, which is about to be an uppercut plus. We can have an impervious. We could get a bash plus and an uppercut plus. Is that enough to fight 3 elites? If we remove a strike here, is that even good? Or do we want to just play it safe and get the extra upgrade and skip an extra relic? Going this way is good if we're going to every elite, but if we don't go to every elite, then we've kind of wasted our time. What would our 3 upgrades be? Bash plus, uppercut plus, and Wild Strike plus? If we go here, we just upgrade the uppercut plus. Let's give it a shot. A Whirlwind is definitely nice against sentries, and we do pretty well against Lagavulin and Gremlin Knob with our big attacks. We can grab that and remove a strike. We could grab a twin strike. We could grab a shrug it off. We could also grab a potion. No money for relics. Evolve is great against sentries, but kind of irrelevant against the other two. But it is nice with a wild strike. We could get that as, and it'll be nice against the slime boss. 86 plus 43 would be 129, so we couldn't get anything else. I think we do want the Whirlwind for AoE fights. Because we have a Wild Strike, and because we're looking kind of strong, let's give this a shot. That said, having taken that, which will help a lot in Sentry's fight, we might now want to take something that will help in Gremlin Knob and Lagavulin fights. Take an Armaments, take a Shrug It Off. With the Impervious, that helps a lot on one of the bad turns. With that in mind, the Whirlwind is a lot better. It's just a lot better in a lot of hallway fights, and we're going to have to go to some hallway fights here. So we could upgrade the Whirlwind for straight damage. We could upgrade the Wild Strike for straight damage. I think Uppercut Plus is the thing that makes the most sense here for the weak and vulnerable. Alright, it's Gremlin Knob. We've got not our best first turn, but we do some damage. There's our Uppercut Plus, and we do not worry about its attack, we just play ours. Bash Plus, Strike Plus. Seems like a decent block potion. And with any luck we get the murder. We get the murder. Good fight. Shuriken, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. That works really well with Sword Boomerang and Whirlwind. Immolate? Wow, the rare rewards are awesome. Well, we'll definitely be taking that. Works well with our Evolve, too. 21 damage to all enemies for 2 energy is just a great card early on. That definitely says fight all the elites to me. Upgrade that for 7 extra damage. Upgrade that for extra vulnerable. I have a hard time seeing us not take not play Immolate every single time we draw it, so it seems like a good upgrade for that reason. And it'll be great against Slime Boss. So that's 14, 23. Good enough for me. We split it and we gain 1 strength. Because we can play Whirlwind for 0 to activate our Shuriken. Alright, we could evolve, which would be nice, but we got an Immolate next turn. Even if we're weak, it'll go from 28 down to 21. So set that one up to die to Immolate, and set this one up to not have much health afterwards. There we go. Get an energy potion, and we could get another Carnage. We could get a Shrug It Off. The Carnage is great. I wonder if we have enough front-loaded damage. With an Uppercut plus, an Immolate plus, and a Wild Strike plus Sword Boomerang and Whirlwind to help out, we might actually be strong enough to start taking a Shrug It Off here. Alright, Immolate plus. Immolate plus. Okay. Do we want to play a strike just to ensure this goes down next turn? I think yes. They are going to regenerate, so just do whatever we can to take them out. Evolve will do wonders in this fight. If we Energy Potion and Whirlwind, it blocks a lot. We could also just Impervious and Wild Strike, but then we still have to do the rest of the fight. And next turn isn't very good, and they'll keep healing. Actually, wait. If we Wild Strike here, then we can Whirlwind for 2. That takes out both the outside ones. And this one goes down to Strikes or Sword Boomerang next turn. So we can save our potion. Meal Ticket. Healing when we enter a shot. Blood Potion. Healing when we want it. Ooh, these are strong options. Hey, a dog has come to say hi. Hey, puppy. Janie. You wanna come say hi? Oh, you just want to take a nap on my bed. Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. Oh, I gotta get up and pat the bed so she knows it's okay. Come here, Janie. Hop on up. There we go. I am not recording on my bed, but I am recording in my room. We could take a Berserk for another rare card. 3 rare cards before the first boss is a lot. And I mean, we do have a lot of 2-cost cards. So, I'm not saying the energy couldn't be useful, but the other 2 are really good. So, Battle Trance is just a very good card. Drop Kick would be really good because we have Shuriken and because we have 2 sources of Vulnerable. The other thing to think about is this deck would really love to take a Snecko Eye after the first boss if we're offered it. We've got 4 2-cost cards now, plus a few instances of card draw. So, Battle Trance. 0 energy draw 3 versus 1.5 energy draw 3. Still decent with Snecko Eye. Let's just take the Battle Trance. It seems good. Another reason why Immolate Plus is a good upgrade. Anger will be awesome with Shuriken. I know it might not work perfectly with Snecko Eye, but for now, we don't currently have Snecko Eye. And apply Vulnerable, gain 1 strength, seems like a good first turn to me. Then we'll have Vulnerable applied when we draw our Immolate Plus. So that's 43 damage. I don't think killing is going to be an issue, so let's block a little bit. Uppercut plus and Wild Strike deals 14, plus 19 is 33. I think we'll be fine with just an impervious. We've got 2 more turns to destroy it. You know what? I should have used Battle Trance to draw this trash. But I think we'll probably get through this just fine. We've got 2 strength. Now down to 0 strength. Alright, question card and Essence of Steel. Ooh, a corruption. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Corruption will be really great as well once we get down to all attacks in our deck and statuses. So we'll take one of those. Let's just drink this. Heal for almost its full value. And yeah, this is a lot of things we really like to have. We could take a Whirlwind Plus for the little slimes, but an Immolate Plus will do a lot. Bash Plus is a nice upgrade, but it's a little less nice when the enemy splits. Anger upgrade seems a little silly. I like the Bash Plus. I like the Whirlwind Plus. Let's take the Whirlwind Plus. Makes it good to play. Alright, 8 extra damage or get the Evolve in play? Let's get the Evolve in play. We have drawn our Impervious, so we're not going to be using that on the big attack turn. Draw me some cards. Oh, these are too many good options. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. We could Corruption. We could Immolate just to do a bunch of damage, but it is going to attack next turn, so let's make it weak. Shouldn't have Battle Trance there when I already had good stuff to play. So I could try and block as much as I can. If I draw Anger, I can block and still play 3 attacks. Our health is very big. I'm okay going for a later split on this. It adds more slimes into our deck, but with an Evolve, that's not really a big issue. With an Anger, that actually helps us draw Anger. Alright. Do we want to split it this turn? I'm going to say probably. So let's just get it down to 45. We got a Whirlwind Plus on our deck with 1 strength. 27 damage splits them both, and that seems good. Considering they're attacking for 36. Alright, let's get that Corruption in there. Let's grab an Impervious. And a Defend, and we're fully blocked. Just a single copy of Evolve does a lot in this fight. And that's 18 to all, so there we go. No room for the attack potion. Take a Limit Break with a Shuriken? We're probably not going to go Infinite Limit Break with the Corruption. We could also go Juggernaut. Or another Impervious. I don't know if we need another Immolate Plus when we have an Immolate Plus and a Whirlwind Plus. It's a great card. I just don't know that we need 2 of them. I would totally take it more than Skip, but would I take it more than Limit Break? We do have an Evolve, which mitigates the downside. I'm going to go for a Limit Break here. Might be a little ambitious. And I'm going to take an Attack Potion. Alright, extra energy but curses, extra energy but bad, extra energy but enemy strength. We do have cheaper card removes, which kind of tilts me towards Curse Key. And we have Meal Ticket, so we kind of really want to go to shops anyway. So to me that says shops to remove cards is a pretty good use of a floor. There is a shop after the chest, either of these ways. Ooh, campfire elite, campfire, treasure, campfire, couple fights, shop, elite. Seems pretty decent, and we get a bunch of a bunch of events into it. This has, other paths have more elites, but they don't have a shop after the campfire. Let's start at this node. It's the best starting node, and okay, we can deal 36 to all. If we use an energy potion, 6 times 8 is 48 to all. So then we'd take 11. Alternative, we can block 13. We have an Immolate Plus. I don't think it's that necessary to destroy them this turn. Let's block what we can. And it would be better to play Whirlwind twice, but I'd kind of like to gain the strength, I think. I don't know. That might be incorrect. It's probably incorrect, frankly. Impervious and Uppercut Plus seems good. We could also Uppercut Plus, Wild Strike, Strike. 14 plus 19 is 33, so we could kill one of them. But I think we're good to try for the least damage option, with an Immolate Plus coming up. Gimme. Alright, so if we make this vulnerable, that does it. Havoc? We're gonna have statuses in our deck, where we have expensive cards, taking armaments, but we're getting some decent upgrades on our important stuff. It's Havoc or Skip, I'd say. Hello?
You want to take me to work so you can have a car to get there?
I'll walk later. Thank you. Alright. Havoc is pretty decent. Shrinks our deck. With Corruption, we might want to be looking to get down to a deck that is just mostly anger. I'll give it a shot. Ooh, lose 3 HP, gain 2 strength. Or gain 3 strength on turn 1. Now that's great if we draw a limit break on turn 1. If we have more card draw, Jaxed would be really good. Mutagenic Strength is usually better. With Whirlwind and Immolate Plus, we have a lot of turns where, with Whirlwind, Immolate Plus, or Limit Break, we have 3, or Sword Boomerang, really, to a lesser extent. We have 3.5 cards where plus 3 strength on turn 1 is really good. And this lose 3 HP, gain 2 strength is a nice deal, don't get me wrong, but I think the real issue is that we don't get to play it until we draw it, and then we do it instead of another card. Let's take some mutagens here. Ooh, upgrade all strikes and defense. Yes, please. This is why we go to events in Act 2. So with that in mind, would we rather have 2 elites instead of an elite and 2 campfires? Or 3 elites, 4 elites, but we don't get the shop later? What are our good upgrades here? With these, we've got some great upgrades already. So we would upgrade Evolve, Shrug It Off, Battle Chance. These aren't inspiring. We would upgrade Bash, probably. Let's do some extra elites. I'm feeling strong. Just 2 elites, campfire afterwards, shop, elite. It's a lot of hallway fights, but basically we're just trading 1 elite for 1 elite and 1 hallway fight for 2 campfires. I think that's reasonable. Alright. Bash, and I'm fine with just an immolate here. We could draw cards to try and get anger, but we might miss something else we really like. And this turn seems good enough. Wow, that's very close. Full block seems like a pretty easy decision there. And big whirlwind. Weak potion. Fire breathing or disarm. Disarm is very good, but fire breathing with 2 status causing cards and an evolve, and it's upgraded seems very nice. I'm gonna give it a shot. Weak potion is a good defensive potion, but both of these are pretty good. This gains us a strength, and it helps us destroy things. Do we ever go this way? We get the shot first, but then we don't get it later. Ooh, a ritual dagger? I mean, worst case scenario, this is just 1 energy deal 15 damage, and sometimes it gets better. I think our deck can work with that. Alright, this is a bit of a tricky fight for us. I think we probably just corruption here, but if we sword boomerang strike, we deal a lot of damage. And we gain strength. And taking 14 is not that bad, really. Let's get an attack potion here. Heavy blade. Yeah, I think this seems good. Strike, and both of these benefit from strength 3 times. Now we could also energy potion to get the corruption out. This is a pretty difficult elite. Both the other elites I think actually go better for us. So let's do this. Do a limit break. Do a bash and an uppercut. Exhaust these 2. And that should pretty much be the fight won from here on out. Havoc. Exhaust a defend. If we just whirlwind, that does 60 damage. So if we immolate and wild strike, not even a question. Ornamental fan works well with shuriken. Ooh, we could take a pummel to really benefit from strength. Really good with mutagenic strength and just in general. Or we could take an anger to help stack these 2 even quicker. Tough choices. We already have a sword boomerang and a whirlwind. An anger benefits pretty well from strength, so let's take another anger. Pummel is nice, but I think this will work well for us. Alright, Impervious is good on this turn 1. Let's do a sword boomerang and see what it gets us. You know, actually, it probably would have been correct to do Impervious strike on that one. Now that I think about it, because normally you don't want to kill this one turn 1 because that attacks for so much, but we have an Impervious, so it's not an issue. Alright. Let's do that. Block for what we can. Then we could strike Whirlwind Anger. Gain 1 strength and do that. Plus we get some block from the Ornamental Fan. Take another 8. Get our card draw from that. Okay. Probably time to corrupt ourselves. And just play this to gain 1 strength and get it out of our deck. Works for me. Would be nice to have a revolver or a fire breathing, but it just doesn't always work that way. I'll play Bash Plus for free. And draw some more cards. And that looks like a Ritual Dagger kill to me. There we go. Feel No Pain. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 3 block. These others are good, but Corruption, Feel No Pain is kind of the ironclad combo you want to get whenever you can. Alright. We block and we gain 1 strength. I don't think we need to upgrade these. We attack the one that you usually attack on turn 1. Pretty good, pretty good. Mutagenic Strength doing some good stuff for us. That thing puts wounds in our deck, and we've already put 1 wound in our own deck. So I think an Evolve is better than a Limit Break here. An Upgrade Potion makes it slightly more likely that that will die, but it's not very likely. I think we're just going to get hit here. Alright, we take some hits, but we've got Campfire coming up, we got Shop coming up, we got options. And I think from here on out we're doing well. Yeah. Shame we've got no Corruption. But Immolate Plus has got to be correct, right? Immolate Plus, Defend, Defend. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten that quite so low, knowing that we had an Immolate Plus and a Whirlwind Plus coming up. So block 16. If we had made that... I should have considered making that vulnerable and trying to kill it with anger, actually. But now that we've not done that, I think this is the play. Our deck is strong, but we can totally lose if I play it badly, so that's a thing I should consider. Okay. We can definitely kill one of them with Bash and Ritual Dagger. And then we just defend the last one. And Whirlwind for strength and block. Take 3. We're no longer vulnerable, which is great. 11. And then another 12 twice, another 24. We're always doing that. So we're not quite killing it, but we're fully blocked, and things are looking good from here. Cool. Scary fight, but we got through it. Another bonus at the Merchant. Dark Embrace? Don't think... Fire Breathing hasn't made it happen for us yet. Let's take a Dark Embrace. With an upcoming shop, we got 2 hallway fights first, but I feel pretty good about taking this. HP below 50%, extra strength, active immediately. Do we ever need to heal here? We got 2 decent potions. And a shop that will heal us, so I'm gonna say no. Upgrade a... Could upgrade the Corruption. That's often been an issue for us. Could upgrade the Feel No Pain. Probably not Evolve. I think Corruption is really important to get in play. And there have been a lot of turns where we would have played it if we had 1 more energy. Alright. We got a Decay on our deck. We got a turn 1 Limit Break that we probably want to do. So now we're up to 12 strength. It's about to go down to 9, but still pretty happy with 9 strength turn 1. Play me a card. Wow. 11 damage even after the thingy. This is probably better. Feel no pain. Adding these dazes into our deck will now be good for us. So we're just gonna take our time, kill this with Ritual Dagger. Healing 6 HP up to 35 still keeps our Red Skull active for the next fight. So 28 plus 23 does not quite do it. With an Explosive Potion it does. Do we ever really need that in this elite fight? Not really. So let's just do that. Ooh, Sever Soul. With all of these wounds we're adding into our deck? Absolutely. And a Feel No Pain, of course. Well, this seems familiar. It's just a bird instead of a bird. This thing probably dies to Whirlwind. Let's get working on... Definitely dies to Ritual Dagger. Let's get working on the big one. I mean, it certainly dies to Whirlwind if we draw Whirlwind. It's just a question of whether we do that. Corruption. Draw some cards. Fire Breathing will end the fight pretty handily. So now Limit Break is actually a good thing. Because now we got a bunch of dazes. Alright. Let's just knock that down. The tricky part is for it to survive long enough for Ritual Dagger. Okay. And there's our Ritual Dagger. So you see these days and the Fire Breathing did a lot to it. Ritual Dagger gets a little better. Get a Fire Potion. Cleave? No, it's not Cleave. A third copy of Anger? Maybe a little overkill. Berserk? I don't know if we draw that many cards. We got a lot of good stuff going on, and our upgraded strikes and defense are doing a lot for us. So we're pretty strong even when we don't get our corruption super early. This gives us more energy to play things, which can be nice like really late in the fight. But the vulnerable is a nuisance, and it's just a wasted card draw. Might be a little bold, but with all the strength we've got going on, I'm going to take a third copy of Anger. Ooh, we could have an Orrery available. That's a lot of cards. I think removing the Decay here is an uncontroversial option. Take another Feel No Pain. Take a Italicize. Take another Evolve question mark. We have an Immolate and a Wild Strike, and that's it for statuses. Whirlwind is kind of like another Anger, but maybe we have enough of those. Mummified Hand seems pretty good with Fire Breathing, Dark Embrace, Feel No Pain, Metallicize, Corruption. I'm gonna go with that. Alright. We got a bunch of stuff here. I guess we didn't have to exhaust that, actually. Could have played it first. Alright. Draw me some cards. We're not drawing anymore, but we still like to block. So... Strike, Strike, Anger takes out that one. Seems good to do. We could also anchor somewhere else and hope the sword boomerang does it, but I prefer the security. So Cinder's Bane is going to give us the full block, and now we're just hoping to do good things that are bad to our enemy. Feel no pain, fire breathing, immolate, anger, hold the impervious for later. Yeah, we just need card draw. Give me a card. Dark Embrace, awesome. With that in mind, I'll definitely be playing a Limit Break to draw. Uppercut to make that weak seems good. Uppercut would kill one of these, but this blocks more. Let's do this to draw a card, gain some block. Yeah, works for me. So we don't upgrade our Ritual Dagger this fight, but we get through the fight with flying colors. We go into the boss, or not the boss. Yeah, the boss with a lot of HP. And big whirlwind. Juzu Bracelet, I'll take it. Intimidate, or another Havoc. I find Havoc pretty good for us here. There are very few cards I would be sad to exhaust. Let's upgrade one of our Feel No Pains. Alright, play me something. And just exhaust a defend to deal 20 damage, works for me. Alright. Feel No Pain also gives that sweet discount. Maybe we metallicize, hope it hits Havoc. It's Wild Strike. Either way. Well, we're very blocked. Put a wound in our draw pile. We no longer have our impervious, but we have all our health. Evolve and fire breathing with one wound, or just whirlwind for a bunch. We whirlwind. We never destroyed both of these, but we could destroy one. But Evolve and Fire Breathing helps destroy them really good later. We could also Ritual Dagger and Whirlwind to destroy one. Wait, hold on, this discounts stuff. So, this might be a good fire potion. And I think I'm going to be a little greedy and save the Ritual Dagger. I think we're pretty set for the rest of this fight. Corruption is really good. I wonder if we save the Corruption and we just bash Anchor Immolate, though? Making that vulnerable and destroying this seems really good. Limit Break just gains us 1 strength, and doing all these gains us 1 strength. So the question is making it vulnerable next turn better than making all our skills cost 0 and exhaust? I think if we Corruption, we're pretty safe from here on out. We'll save that. Wait, it made Bash cost 0. Oh, playing Corruption makes... Oh, Mummified Hand. Oh, I messed up. Okay. So now if I play the Strike, Dark Embrace will make Uppercut cost 0. I could draw a Feel No Pain and an Anger. And save that for later. So now we've got all our powers set up. The fight should be pretty stacked in our favor. Just do things like this. And this. Yeah. Yeah. So we're very blocked, right? Cool. Gained 2 strength that turn, blocked a lot. These things ought to die pretty well to things like Immolate and Fire Breathing. Alright. Are we ever trying to save that for Ritual Dagger? So we would take 18 this turn. Yeah. Let's just win the fight. Dex Potion is fine. I see an offering. I usually click an offering. Mark of Pain gives us energy at the start of our turn and puts wounds into our draw pile, which seemed like kind of a benefit for our deck. As soon as we can get Evolve and Fire Breathing in play. They've already fought our Super Elite. There's a shop immediately after the treasure there, but there's one with elites here, so being in this general region gives us some good choices. I like this node. Right path. Garbage. So we could immediately win this turn, or we could try and get our Ritual Dagger stacked. Let's give it a shot. Okay, cool. And now we win this turn. We took 6 damage, but, you know, we heal pretty good. Fire Breathing is a little better when you have guaranteed wounds at the start of the game. Flux Potion seems good with our whole deal. Most of our important cards are already upgraded. With 5 energy, Pommel Strike is just kind of card draw that works good, that we like. With Mummified Hand, this is extra energy, but I think we need the card draw. Events? Yeah, this path is fine. A lot of colorless cards exhaust, which is pretty good with our deck, and we have a bunch of health, so getting some choices here works for me. Violence could be pretty good. A Flash of Steel with a Shuriken and an Ornamental Fan. And we don't know if we're fighting against Time Eater. 50% chance. Seems pretty good. Chrysalis with Corruption is an interesting thing. I'm going to say Violence does pretty well in a lot of fights. Sure. I probably say yes to more cards than I should, but I'm not saying yes to any of these. That's for sure. Madness is not a good card for us. Okay, Feel No Pain. Havoc. Okay, we've exhausted our Flash of Steel, which is another way of saying we've played our Flash of Steel. Not much damage coming in, and we're about to fully block it. Let's just play our Wild Strike and our Strikey Strike. No need to draw a card that we might not want. So that's 55 damage to everything. So then we're just getting hit by this one. For 5, if we defend and then Whirlwind. Wait, how did I get 55? It's 9 damage. Okay. Why don't we... Well, if we just play it 3 times, we'll kill that one, so let's spend 2 energy on other things. On second thought... Yeah? Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue to destroy these without playing Offering. Try and get us a little higher on health. We got 2 Feel No Pans. We got a bunch of good stuff coming up. Just kill this one. Takes care of most of our being attacked issues. Take 8. Alright, maybe it would have been good to play Offerings. We could totally kill it this turn. How easy is it to Ritual Dagger? With all of our powers going, I'm gonna say pretty easy at this point. Cool. Actually... Okay, it didn't give us Ritual Dagger, but it could have. Alright. Draw one more, try and get Ritual Dagger? Sure. There it is. Power Potion. Another Battle Trance. Card draw, yes. Power Potion, yes, especially with Mummified Hand. So Shop, Fire, Elite, question mark, Shop, or question mark, Elite, Fire, Elite, Shop. That's a lot of elites. And I think that's good. Well, we don't want to lose either of these, so goodbye, Defend Plus. You're a good card, and we will miss you. Could upgrade the Evolve. Strengthens our final form. Okay. Get a Metallicize in play. Deal a fairly insignificant amount of damage. So we feel no pain. We get that Evolve Plus going. And we get a pretty big Immolate. 27. I mean, not super relevant against this enemy, but fine. Alright. That's where we start trying to do stuff. Okay. This is free. Three random attacks. Those are probably things we would play. Yeah. And we can strike, sword, boomerang, limit break. Gains us a couple more strength. Puts us in pretty good shape, I think. Now it starts hitting us hard. But we've got our things set up. And Havoc. Big Offering. Alright, that ought to win us the fight, no? Yeah, it seems good enough. This will make our uppercut free. Not sure about Mayhem right now. Let's do some vulnerable, some of that. Some of that. Some of that. Some of that, and what's our ritual dagger at now? 33. It's pretty hard to kill this enemy with a ritual dagger, plus this blocks for us. So, the fight ought to be fairly solved. Alright, I don't even know what we're doing here, but I'm just gonna play the things, and what do you know, we've done it. A zillion monies is very good with Courier. I like another copy of Evolve. We have a 40 card deck, so it's not that we need more than one copy of Evolve, but we do need to play one copy of Evolve before we get to the bottom of our draw pile. We have to recall at some point, but I think we're still in upgrade territory. Let's upgrade to Feel No Pain. Alright, blue key time. Omamori is cute, but it's not the time for that. Ride. Not the best, not the worst. We can exhaust it, and we can play 3 attacks. Let's use a power potion in this fight. Let's get an Evolve going. So we can Sever Soul and Strike to destroy one of these. And we can make this one vulnerable, or just make the main thing vulnerable. Gain our strength. Yeah, this is why I didn't do that. It's not attacking this turn? That's so generous. Another Evolve Plus. 3 Whirlwinds will be plenty. See what we get here. Cool. Cool. 2 Whirlwinds will not be plenty, so unless the Sword Boomerang hit goes perfect, that's not a decision we can afford to make. Yeah, if it just wants to not attack forever, I'm okay with that. What 3 random attacks would be good here? Do we ever kill? 34 goes to 51. So 51 plus 14 is 65, so we need 60 damage for 2 energy. Okay, so that's 14. Then 15 for 29. Then this goes to 10 for 39. Then this goes to, then that's 8, so it goes to 12. Nice. For 51. And that went up because we got the 1 strength. So then there's 35, so it goes to 52. So that doesn't kill. Flex Potion. If we don't Flex Potion, we're going to get hit a lot. This seems like a pretty good use for Flex Potion. Cool. Didn't do the math with Flex Potion because I felt like it would probably be fine. Shockwave Plus is another source of weak, and the vulnerable ain't bad neither. Power Through is pretty decent right now. Let's remove the curse. You'll notice our deck seems to be growing at an exponential rate here, and that's because with Corruption and Dark Embrace and Feel No Pain, if you have a really small deck, you have a couple skills you can exhaust, and then you're just out of cards. You don't have anything else to exhaust, so you can't get any more of your awesome free block card draw engine. So if you get Corruption, Feel No Pain, Dark Embrace, that kind of thing, you're kind of incentivized to have a big deck. The wounds seem like a good thing, and the 15 block is great, so let's get that. True Grit is not bad. I don't know if we need it. Bronze Scales, good against Heart. Frozen Eye? Let's do it. Extra energy sometimes. I'd prefer card draw. Skill upgrades. What are our skills? Power Through, good upgrade. Battle Trance, good upgrade. Jack of all trades, decent upgrade. Violence, decent upgrade. Great upgrade. Okay upgrade, not very good. Okay, not very good. Good, good. Good. Since we've already got all our defense upgraded, a war paint actually could be pretty nice here. Extra dexterity. We're not really blocking with dexterity as much as we're blocking with feel no pain. Bronze scales is extra damage at the heart, against the heart. The question is, do we need extra damage against the heart? Also, if that's what we want to do, couldn't we just buy a liquid bronze? The real questions. Let's buy one of these. Dropkick is okay, but not great against artifact charges. A little extra dex, and a potion. I'm going to recall, in case we want to heal after this elite before the boss fight. I don't think that's the case, but it could be. Okay, we get some powers. Nice battle trance. These won't do anything, but I'm doing them just to increase the slow stacks so that we do more damage here. Alright, and then the question is, do we do this for 1 strength and a bunch of damage? And the question is, if we're not doing that, why are we saving it? Like, a ritual dagger at 30 damage is great. At 50 damage, it might help a little more against some bosses and hallway fights, but it's not going to really matter against the scary bosses. It's not going to really matter against the heart. Dealing 100 damage to this now seems good. This discounts a bunch of stuff. And then we do a bunch of damage. And we take a little damage, which draws us cards, which is perfectly fine. We'll heal it up later anyway. Barricade? Seems good. Got a corruption, so now we do whatever we want forever. Gain a strength, break our limits. Strike, then whirlwind, then sever our own soul. Don't think we need to play that offering here. Fight should be pretty much solved. Because it is. Meat on the bone is nice healing. Another Havoc? You know what? We have a Frozen Eye, which we could be using. We could look at our draw pile and see the cards in order. With a Frozen Eye, Havoc is almost always really good, because we can look and see what's on top. Evolve. I'll play that. Then we can look and see what's on top. Ritual Dagger. If I play that, it's pretty sorted, but after there's a strike, so if I have like a strike, I've blocked for 9. Yeah. Then I can draw 3 cards and play the Limit Break for free? Or I can Havoc the strike now, yeah. Then I draw 3. Then I Anger, Strike, Limit Break, Feel No Pain? Playing that is completely pointless. We're not going to kill the enemy. Alright, what's on top? Defend plus. Seems pretty good. Cheapen my expensive power. There we go. Alright, so now we get a defend plus. That will draw us an anger, which gains us strength. Alright, we take 3 damage, which just draws us cards. don't think we need an offering this fight. Beacon Vulnerable is good. Draw a card. Play a power. Shuffle another wound into our draw pile. With 3 evolve, that's pretty strong. What's on top? Feel no pain? Yeah, I'm not gonna play that. Let's draw it. And let's add a burn. Those are also good. I will say, fire breathing has not done that much for us here. But it makes a strike free. Alright. Next turn we could have an Impervious, if we don't draw any more cards. Seems good. What do we got on here? Burn? Let's draw that. Alright. Next turn we get a Ritual Dagger. Works for me. Alright. Good fight. With Frozen Eye, I just don't see much downside to taking more Havocs. Upgrade. Probably card draw. Upgrade an Offering or upgrade a Pommel Strike. Excuse me. If we draw the Offering, we're already in good shape. But this upgrade draws 2 more cards, and this upgrade draws 1 more card. Jack of all trades upgrade ever? Probably not. This is just so good. Alright, if we wanted, these things do an exactly predictable thing every turn, and we know every card we will draw in the order we will draw it. The only random factor is what cards Jack of all trades will give us, and when the wounds are which 3 random attacks we get, and where wounds are shuffled into our draw pile. But other than that, we could predict every single aspect of this fight this turn. Next turn we have Battle Trance, Defend Whirlwind. It doesn't change what we're doing this turn though, which is play all our powers. And attack this one. So we'll take some damage, which draws us a card, which is fine. Don't think we need Thorns here. Alright. These things do put Dazes on our draw pile, which is pretty good for our whole Evolve engine. Shockwave takes some artifact charges off. I think we always evolve, right? Okay, free Shockwave. What are our 4 cards that we would draw? Corruption and some other stuff. Seems good. We draw Anger and Havoc, and then we can put one of these on top. I'm not playing Corruption, because all of these skills exhaust anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just get rid of those artifact stacks. With this Feel No Pain, our block is going pretty well. Oh, we can't draw any more cards, that's right. Let's do that. Then we can just play it for free. Block a little more. Then Strike, Strike, Whirlwind, Limit Break. Gains us 2 strength. Fully blocks. Alright. What's our top card? Violence? Let's play that. Alright, this can get us through some artifact charges. I don't think blocking is going to be an issue here. What's our top card? Anger and Havoc. Let's make that vulnerable. Then the Havoc would play a Fire Breathing, which seems fine. Alright. I think we're pretty much done here. I haven't checked our card draws, but, I mean, we've got 3 statuses in there. And we draw 3 cards every time we draw one of them. And we do 10 damage to everything. We got our Dark Embrace. What's our top card? Wound. Beautiful. More wounds. Top card, Strike. Yeah. Many damages, gain some strength. We don't need to play any of these. It would be nice to have some block for later in the fight. Alright. Let's Pommel Strike to reshuffle our draw pile. Now we can see what's in it. There's a wound on top. And not actually a bunch of defense. We might take damage. If we play Offering, we lose 6 HP, but it blocks for 8. But we could also Sever Soul to do that. Okay, so if we Sever Soul, Immolate does a lot. Immolate will destroy that. We got also Ritual Dagger here. That blocks. And then we're fully blocked by exhausting all those cards. Alright. I'm not going to think too hard about it from this point onwards. Yeah, I figured at that point if I just play the cards it works out. Time Eater. This could be a little trickier. Probably not much though. That's definitely good. What's our top 5 cards? Stroganoff, Flash, Steel, Havoc, Anger, Anger. Yikes. Against Time Eater, we might want to plan out a bit in ahead. So next turn we got a block. So if we shrug it off, Flash of Steel, we draw these 2, then we can Havoc a Shockwave. It's a while before we get any block, isn't it? Not really until after the Feel No Pain? Yeah, then the Impervious. Dark Embrace. We need to draw cards, and we need to exhaust cards. Okay, so when do we want to break it? It's at 3. So next turn we play we draw these 5. We play Shrug It Off and Flash of Steel to draw these 2. So that's 2 cards played. Then we Havoc the Shockwave. And that also draws 1 card. That's 3 cards played. Then, if we wanted, we could play the Pommel Strike to draw Sword Boomerang. Yikes. Oh, and next turn it's also going to hit us, and we'll draw 3 for Shuriken. So next turn we're just going to take the hit. Okay, so we'll play 1, 2, 3. It'll be weak. And vulnerable, but that's not the priority right now. So we're not going to play these. Gaining strength would be nice, but it's not our priority, right? So 1, 2, 3. And that gets us drawn through here. The following turn, we'll take damage, so we'll draw 1, 2, 3. Then naturally we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once we've got Feel No Pain, Havoc, we can draw Impervious, we can draw Evolve. And after that point, I think we're set. So that's, what, 4 more cards? So we could actually gain some strength here. Alright, I think it's safe to play Whirlwind for 48 damage. But let's skip the power through. Alright. Flash Steel, shrug it off. Havoc. Alright, we got 4 more card plays, and those are gonna be, so we'll draw these 3. Then we'll play Feel No Pain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll play Feel No Pain, Havoc on an Impervious, Evolve, and an attack. Draw 1 more card now. Let's save our card plays. Okay, so we take 30. But now I think we're pretty safe. So Feel No Pain. Evolve. Oh no, Havoc is 2 card plays. Oh no. No, it isn't. It isn't. Okay, we can play Impervious. Alright, now we're in good shape. Oh, what I didn't calculate was it gave us reduced draw by 1. That was my mistake. Alright, now we just play a bunch of stuff, right? Offering, we lose 6 HP, but we gain 4 block, and the card draw seems important. Alright. We got our Corruption. So Feel No Pain. Italicize. Jack of all trades is just block, right? Are you just playing 12 cards every turn now? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can definitely play one of the attacks. Even after it gains strength, will be blocked. Right? Because it'll go... So it's weak. So it's actually at 9 times 3. Or is it at 10 times 3? It's at 10 times 3, so it'll go up to 12 times 3, which after weak becomes 9 times 3, which we're still blocked from. Let's add another wound into our draw pile. And exhaust a bunch of stuff. Nah, we like having those non-attack cards. Alright, we took a big hit, but I think we did good. Entrench. Oh, that was shuffled by Chrysalis. Okay. Let's draw some things. Top card is an Immolate. I'll play that. Just play 12 cards this turn. It is almost split, though. Yeah, let's get that counter down to 0. Draw the uppercut. Then bop, 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 bop. And I don't know, just play that. Bop. Alright. We can probably kill it this turn, frankly. 42. Yeah, I mean, this does it. Alright, good time eater fight. We took one really big hit, and the rest of it was fine. That one really big hit also got our Red Skull active, which made our limit break awesome, but by the time we played the limit break, I mean, we were already in pretty good shape. Okay. on to Act 4. Could rest, but what would we upgrade? Our biggest issue is drawing our good stuff, right? Probably a battle trance. Probably buy a potion at the shop, but we could card remove. We'd feel no pain, and I cannot quite feel no pain on potion. Gambler's Brew? Gambler's Brew is very powerful with Frozen Eye. Because you know exactly what you're going to draw and how much to discard to draw it. Alright, top card. Havoc. So we can Havoc in order to Havoc a Havoc, which would Havoc the Ascender's Bane. I mean, that blocks. And then the next turn we get decent stuff. Not really. Yikes. Wish we had this Impervious for later. But I don't think that's a reason to play it now, because we'd love to draw 3 cards with that. Because then that draws us into here. And then if we have Dark Embrace into Violence, we start to draw a lot of stuff. No idea which way we need to be facing, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Choosing to take damage here because it's good. Okay. We got a Corruption coming up. And if we have a Corruption with a Dark Embrace, we can also get to that Feel No Pain. So what if we just went Gambler's Brew for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards? That would draw us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we need to do that though? Yeah, there's no other way we get it. Wait. Draw pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we don't need Ritual Dagger this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we can Havoc a Feel No Pain. And then we're off to the races. Corruption, Dark Embrace, and Feel No Pain. Cool. That should pretty much win the fight. Thanks, Frozen Eye and Gambler's Brew. I'm really glad we bought that Gambler's Brew, because we were getting attacked for 61 this turn. And we didn't have a lot going on. Random attacks that cost 0, I'm down. We could Offering. What are we getting next turn? No skills next turn. Let's draw a Bludgeon. We Flash of Steel into Evolve, but that doesn't draw us anything. If we get to that Havoc, we're in good shape. 2, 3, 4. None of these matter. So this draws 5 cards, and then the next turn we get these 5. Wait, we don't have hand space though. But it draws enough. Gain a Strength. Cool. I guess they're attacking, but I didn't really notice. Alright. Havoc a Limit Break, or Havoc and Immolate. Limit Break is going to exhaust on its own. Immolate would not have. And that draws us a Sever Soul. And then we gotta get to here. We might get hit this turn. Limit Break draws us a drop kick. And then Sever Soul can exhaust and evolve. Okay. So let's play these to gain the strength. Okay. Then we get the Shockwave. And that gets us some block, it gets rid of the artifact charges, and most importantly, it draws us some cards. Alright. 38 plus 18. Still want that. Rampage getting B. We can actually Ritual Dagger. It exhausts, that's a nice thing it does. Alright, good enough for me. I think that's the fight. Thanks, Gambler's Brew. Wish we had another one. Wow, Fire Breathing. Putting in some work there. Alright, full health. Plated Armor, Flux Potion, and... more Havoc? More Havoc. Okay. Offering on top of the deck. So do we want to draw that this turn? That would draw us the next 5 cards. We don't really want... Okay. We need to get to this Corruption. This Metallicize. Our Feel No Pains are way down here, so we gotta draw cards fast. So let's take some damage. We can't empty out our hand fast enough to get to the Corruption is one issue. Unless we Sever Soul? No, then we can't play the Offering. Now let's shrug it off. Okay. So if we play... We would like to play Corruption this turn if we can, right? Because if we get to Corruption, then next turn we have Power Through, and if we're lucky, Shockwave, depending how far we get. And if we get that far, we're in good shape. So let's get this out of here. We want to draw 5 cards with Offering, so let's play the cheapest thing. And now we draw 5 cards. We can Havoc a Metallicize. Let's gain some block, we got a lot of energy. And that has made our strike cost 0. Now we can Battle Trance a Corruption. We never draw more attacks than that, right? We're going to use this Flex Potion with our Limit Break later, probably. Okay, so 3, 7. Corruption is 2 energy. Alright, let's get the bomb out of our deck. Plus it does a little damage. We could exhaust some stuff. Gain some block. Battle Trance is really good later, though. That makes me kind of not want to play Sever Soul. So do we want to gain the strength, or nah? Once we draw Limit Break, we have a Flex Potion, so strength gain will not be an issue for us. Next turn we have Power Through and Shockwave, and we have Violence. And the following turn we get Feel No Pains and Impervious, so we can block a little bit next turn, and then we just gotta keep on trucking. We'll drink this. All those nasty statuses are... Oh, it kept us from drawing a Shockwave. Alright. We'll Power Through. This could draw a card. And it gives us weak. Alright. We could play 3 attacks, gain a strength. Also it gets us block because of Ornamental Fan. So let's keep up the weak and vulnerable. Add a burn. Next turn we have Feel No Pain, Impervious. The worst case scenario for a burn is that it would go right in this top 5. If it does that, we still get Feel No Pain, Impervious. I'm okay with that. So we'll Immolate. Anger doesn't seem to serve any purpose here. Anger is a tool to be used sparingly. Oh, I just got a text. Oh, I might have to finish this fight later. Gosh darn it. I had a thing that I was told was at 1:30, and I just got a text of apologies. It's actually 12:30 if you can still make it. It is 12:28 now, so I'm going to be a little late to that. Yeah. Alright. I should probably just pause this fight and run over there. We got our Red Skull active. Okay. Got a Limit Break, we got a Dark Embrace. Oh, I really want to play out the rest of this fight, because it's looking really fun. And I am still going to play out the rest of this fight later. I'll pause, and you will experience almost no interruption except for this long break I took to talk about it. And we're back. It's been about 8 hours. What were we doing? Probably playing Limit Break. Oh, we have a Frozen Eye. Evolve seems cool. Gain some block and then play some cards. We have all of our Feel No Pains. Do we have enough block in the second round through the deck to not die? We have Wounds and a Sever Soul. Okay, so we'll play a Dark Embrace. Then we'll defend. Then we'll Flex Potion before we Limit Break. Play our powers. And now our strength goes up to 20. Well, that did a lot of things. Huh. Okay, so we exhausted a card, so that drew 1 card, and that drew a wound, which drew 2 more cards, one of which was a slime, which drew more cards. Okay. I can work with that. And we'll do that. Probably want to save all these Havocs so we don't die. We put a wound on our draw pile. So these Havocs are probably our main means of block at this point. But it's not hitting for that much. It stays weak for a long time. Let's... Top card is a defend. Or we could draw a card with Shrug It Off. Then we can exhaust a wound. Then... probably do some damage. Probably block a little more. So we're just trying to do 180 damage this turn. Then we're trying to survive next turn. Well, next turn we will have a Havoc, and we will draw 10 cards, so we'll get a Sever Soul. Sever Soul is our best block card by far at this point. So let's not let's make sure we don't draw the Sever Soul this turn. But with all these wounds, we will definitely draw a full hand. Okay. So we'll just play the cards. Play the cards. Play the cards. We could have like a bash. But we can deal the rest of that damage easy. Cool. Sever Soul will fulfill our block requirements next turn. I'm really glad we took that. We could play this just to exhaust it. We're not going to have trouble dealing 200 damage once we get there, especially since we took that Thorns potion. So if we do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it gains us 40 block from our 8 Feel No Pain. With an Ornamental Fan, let's make some room to draw cards. Our top 4 cards are Anger, Wild Strike, Whirlwind, and Burn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we played both of these and then Battle Tranced, we could draw a Burn, which exhausts for a little more, or we could just exhaust all these, draw some more. These all exhaust. Then we draw 4 new cards, which are these 4. It's kind of hard to get down to these. We just don't have hand space. Well, we draw 5, right? Yeah. We play the Sever Soul. It exhausts these 5, so we draw as much room as we have. So that gets us to... We can get to Slimed and Battle Trance. Can we get to Defend? We probably don't want to play this Battle Trance yet, do we? Alright. So we get our Ornamental Fan. And we can't do any more damage to it this turn. But we can still block. Oh, it's going to destroy itself. Because the Thorns happens on its turn. So I think this is the fight. Yep, there we go. Good run, probably. I only remember the last fit. But it was a good time. Wow, timer says that run took 9 hours. What a marathon. Very good job, us. Alright. Thank you for watching 2961. Not too bad. Thank you for watching. Ironclad victory against the Heart. Wahoo.